Did you know that open borders have severe consequences? No shit, Matt. Trump shut the border down. He's deporting people. Yeah, but we also have 4 years worth of military-age men from the Middle East that's made it across the border unvetted. We have no idea where they are in this country, and Iran is saying they're going to attack us on our own soil. We've also intercepted transmissions of said activation from Iran. You see, that's the big issue here whenever you don't have your borders closed down and you don't vet the people that are in here. The people that are coming in could be bad people. Hezbollah, Hamas, Al Qaeda, Taliban, ISIS. You name any terrorist organization a chance, death to America that comes from that shithole country over there in the sandbox. They're here. They're already here. People in the big cities with big things around them that would hurt us if it was attacked. I think you have something to worry about. I don't think these are idle threats from Iran. And you have to think about that before you go to war with other countries. What's going to happen here on the home front after Biden let millions and millions and millions of military-aged men in their dirty nightgowns slip across into the United States, unvetted, unchecked, and just let them disappear? And then you have crooked judges on the Ninth Circuit and other places, Southern District of New York maybe, shutting it down, saying, hey, you can't deport this person or that person. What you're doing is unconstitutional. We're a nation of immigrants. No, we're a nation of settlers. Let's get that out of the way right now. We settled this country. We didn't immigrate here. We settled and conquered this land. And that's a big difference. Anyways, I digress from that situation. That's a conversation for another day. But Iran's basically out here saying that they're going to attack us here on our own soil to inflict pain. I mean, we've attacked them. And in previous videos, I've talked about that. I've talked about the idea of sleeper cells. What's a sleeper cell? Oh, it's just people that are here blending in, acting normal, whatever, until they get the orders from their government to carry out small scale, mid scale, or large scale attacks against the United States. It could be on infrastructure, it could be a cyber attack, it could be all kinds of things. We just have no idea who they are and where they are. Is the government watching? Well, they say they intercepted a transmission. Well, where'd they intercept the transmission from? Was it a cell phone text message? Was it a phone call? Was it, on the dark web? What was it? I mean, these are questions that people really should be asking themselves. Why didn't we vet these people? If any blood shed on United States soil, who's responsible? I would say Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and the left-wing Democrats that don't think we need to vet anybody and that our borders should be wide open for anybody. It seems to be that's the way it always goes, though, is they let these retards in here that hate America, chant death to America, tell them, oh, they're seeking asylum. No, we were invaded. Places like Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas, certain Somalian groups, they played the long game. They invaded us quietly, right in our face, quietly. Went all over the United States. We have no idea. Hell, they could be your neighbor for all you know. They could be plotting against you right now. And we have a lot of critical stuff, and we put people in a lot of critical jobs. Look how many people were illegally given firearms and made police officers that weren't even citizens here in this country. Now that should scare the hell out of you whenever Iran is saying they're going to attack us on our own soil with sleeper cells. If that doesn't scare you or make you want to have a heightened awareness to the situation you're in right now in the United States, there's something wrong with you. I live out in the foothills of Appalachia in West Virginia, and it bothers the hell out of me because I go to places, they're not major cities, but I do go to major public areas, strip malls. And where do these lone wolf and terrorist attackers go? They hit places that are supposed to be unarmed, unweaponized, where the sheep are. I guess what I'm trying to say is maybe you should just always be vigilant and always be armed. Always be ready. Don't be a statistic. Because chances are better than average. They are going to carry out attacks against us. And what could it be? Could it be a nuclear power plant, knowing that if they melt one of those down here in the U.S., it would hurt us very, very badly? How many of those are on the coast? How close to one of those do you live? Could it be an attack on the power grid? Truck bomb, suicide bomber, shooting up a nightclub? I mean, they're famous for that. How much blood is going to get spilt before we start pointing the finger at all the people and these crooked judges that keep allowing this shit to happen? You see, everybody that doesn't like Trump, y'all need to wake up. Borders, language, and culture. Without those three things, you don't have a country. Y'all cheered on the mass invasion of the United States, and now that we are in a war with Iran, a country that chants death to America and wants Americans dead. They say they have sleeper cells right here in the United States. And how do you think they got here? By your open border policies. Your championing of them. Saying it was all under the guise of human rights, just so you could sleep better at night. Well, sleep with one eye open because you allowed military-age men in dirty nightgowns to cross our border that are now threatening to attack us. You know, what if you're in your little Starbucks, cafe, bistro, whatever, and that same person you championed to come across the border illegally, unvetted, unchecked, walks in with a bomb strapped to his chest and decides to take you and everybody else that's innocent and has nothing to do with that war over there out just for funsies because they don't like you. You champion them in. You let them here. You wanted them here. They're here. They hate you and they now plan to kill you. Solely rests at your feet, Democrats, liberals. That's all at your feet. That's who I will blame if a bomb goes off in the middle of New York. You all are even electing these people. Talib, Omar, the Mondami the Salami. You guys are jumping into bed with these people, expecting them not to kill you. You guys are literally dressing scandalously for Jack the Ripper. That's my analogy of it. It's like you guys are putting the handcuffs on for Gacy, if you get my drift. If you don't know what that reference is, he used to talk people into putting handcuffs on before he raped and murdered them. So basically, you all championed the invasion of the United States. We don't have to worry about them coming here and doing it. They're already here. You guys were arming them and making them officers of the law. So for anybody that wants to get on here and argue with me that Iran and Muslims they preach mercy and all this bullshit. Yeah, they'll offer you mercy once you're defeated. If you will hold up the white flag and say, cry uncle, you can be their slave. That's mercy. You have to denounce your God first. That's the part they don't want to tell you. Because see, I had somebody get on here and tell me that I was spreading fear porn over the Muslims and Islam. It's not fear porn. They're a religion of radical terror. You don't agree with them, you're dead. You know what? You want to give up your dog? You want to give up pork? You want to give up dressing scandally or going to town by yourself? You want to give up any human right at all? Be submissive to somebody in a dirty nightshirt that says he can do whatever he wants to you or anyone else and it's okay. And to take war to the infidel no matter where they're at. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. They don't like the gays. And the gays fought to have them come over here. You guys make no sense. None. None whatsoever. We try to tell you people. They don't like you. They don't like you. They're just like the Democrats. They don't like you. They hate America. The Democrats hate America. Islam and the Democrats are your guys' pimps and y'all championed the mass invasion of the U.S. just because we shut the border down. Now it's like, don't deport nobody. Don't deport nobody. You know what? Find them and deport them before something bad happens in the U.S. You guys make no sense. None. None whatsoever. Not even a little bit. None. None. Yeah, that's not fear porn. They want to attack us. They don't like us. They're already here. They got here under Biden. Some under Obama. Trump tried to shut that shit down. So now we do have a real concern and a real worry with sleeper cells here in the U.S. being activated. So where's it going to be? What's everybody's guess? What are they going to attack? Airports, airplanes, another 9/11, Boston Marathon bombing. Going to see something like that. They're going to go in and shoot up a church. What are they going to do? You see, sometimes I wonder if these articles are propaganda or if they're real. But you have to think it's got to be real and it's a real threat that they're actually here and they're already going to do something. We just don't know what, when, and where. Another Pearl Harbor, maybe? I mean, you all give them a gun, illegally give them a gun and make them a cop like no background check. Where was that at? Tennessee, Louisiana, I forget. I read about it in an article and even did a video on it. Hell, we're giving them commercial driver's license and that, believe you me, I had a CDL and it is not an easy thing to obtain if you're an American citizen, but we'll just hand them out to Arabs and whatever because they're coming here for a better life. Give me a break. Give me a break. Also, one of the people that championed that, did you know that Bernie Sanders is back to his socialist agenda? Hey, let's tax 938 billionaires in the United States so we can give everybody $3,000 if they make 150,000 or less. Every person in a family's home. Oh, great. Yay, you're going to tax people like Elon Musk. And don't get me wrong, they're going to try to tax Mark Zuckerberg 5%. Mark Zuckerberg runs Facebook, Meta, whatever it's called. Bernie Sanders wants to hit him with a wealth tax, wants to hit Elon Musk with a wealth tax, wants to hit Jeff Bezos with a wealth tax. Now, mind you, these probably aren't, I'm not going to champion these people, but they're billionaires for a reason. They made their money. Why in the hell should they go out here? And don't get me wrong, I was a $70,000 a year heavy equipment operator. I ran dozer for a living every day of my life. And I was quite happy with my $70,000 a year. I did not need anybody else's money, but I love the way they headline these articles. Every person could see $3,000. They try to church it up like some sort of stimulus. No, it's socialism. You want to take someone like Elon Musk, worth what, like 800 and some billion dollars, tax him 5%, roughly what, 40 some billion dollars? You're going to take what, $11 billion of Mark Zuckerberg's 200 and some billion. You notice how until some asshole like Bernie Sanders became a millionaire, he had it out for the millionaires and the billionaires. And now that he's a millionaire, he's just got it out for the billionaires. So if you don't make $150,000 a year in your family home, they want to tax someone like Elon Musk, who's successful, wildly successful, and great for him. And they want to take his money and they want to redistribute the wealth. It's ignorant. I don't want their money. Give a shit about their money. I'm happy for them. They were entrepreneurs. And even though Mark Zuckerberg's platform likes to silence some of my videos that I make on here, I could really give a shit less. He made his $1 billion on his own. Jeff Bezos, Amazon. I order off Amazon. I really don't give a shit about his money. I don't want his money. I actually am out here trying to be an entrepreneur myself, making content that people enjoy and create, or that people enjoy and interact with and consume. I create it, I give it to somebody else. I'm actually hoping to be one of those said entrepreneurs. No, I probably won't make billions of dollars making these videos, but you know what? I'm okay with that. These guys had their own ideas and they made their own money, and now some asshole like Bernie Sanders wants to take their money and give it to everybody else. That's socialism. Well, that's a great idea until you run out of other people's fucking money. So you want to tax these same 938 people, 938 people from Silicon Valley, which I'm probably not a big fan of anyway, but I still don't want their fucking money. I still don't think that they should be taxed because they're wealthy. They went out, they made their money, leave them the fuck alone, let them make their money. You already get enough taxes off of, well, they don't pay tax. Well, then they're using the system that was put in place by the government. Not their problem. Shit irritates me. Like, that's one of the things that irritates me. Leave them alone. They're billionaires. They made their money. They did it their way. Whatever. Who cares? If they used tax breaks and evaded taxes, they did it through lawyers. So they paid that. They still paid because they paid lawyers and accountants to get them out of those certain taxes. But if those certain laws weren't on the books, they wouldn't be able to use them. So no big deal. So why should Bernie Sanders go out here and make a bill to take 5%? We're going to tax them 5% wealth tax. We're going to tax them for being wealthy entrepreneurs and building something up in the U.S. What, Tesla, SpaceX, X? You tell me. So because someone's wealthy, we should tax shit out of them and give their money to somebody else. Oh, you don't make $150,000. Well, then you know what, government? Get out of my fucking wallet and let me make money. Seriously. It's the government and their stupid ass regulations that kill the middle class man. I used to have to deal with it. I used to have to deal with it every day. Now I make videos. I make content. I put up videos of me and my wife riding a Harley. I put up videos making fun of liberals on the left. I make content. I am trying to become a successful content creator and not have to go back to sitting on a piece of equipment every day of my life for $70,000 a year. I was quite content with $70,000 a year. I was able to buy a house, have two decent vehicles, raise three kids. I was happy. Still am happy. I'm very happy. I don't feel that somebody, just because they make billions of dollars more than me, should have to pay me $3,000 and everybody else in my household. If you read into the bill actually states that every person in that household that makes below $150,000 gets $3,000. So a family of, what is it, a family of like four or five could get like $12,000. So if Elon Musk wants me to have $12,000, Why don't he just send me $12,000? Why should Bernie Sanders have to? Well, because he won't do it without Bernie Sanders' bill. That's right, because he doesn't feel like I should hand this motherfucker money because I just feel like it. He should go out here and earn money the same way that everybody else has to. Don't deal with the socialism thing. I don't like the bill. Don't care. I think it's retarded. I think it's stupid. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's just as stupid as letting fucking people in their dirty nightgowns that hate America across the border unchecked and unverified. So that now they can be activated as sleeper cells and attack us here on the United States soil. I think you guys should take Bernie Sanders and go back over there to Iran. Take him back to your sandbox. It's irritating. It's one of the stupidest things. So, what if I did become a billionaire off of this bullshit, making content and talking about things that really irritate me and giving my opinion? So that means what? I should be taxed for that? I should have to give away that to somebody else that doesn't want to do anything with their life, that doesn't want to be an entrepreneur? Or maybe they're just happy and they just, the career path they chose didn't make them a billionaire. So what? The billionaires should have to, I should have to pay them? No. And I don't expect the billionaires to pay me just because my career choice didn't lead to some innovative rocket going to the moon or a vehicle that everybody wants or a platform that everybody wants. That's not right. It's not fair. It's stupid. It's ignorant. That's taxing somebody for being a productive member of society and providing theirself and their family with more wealth. Give me a break. Ridiculous. Why? Why even do that? Anyone that's in favor of this, you're a socialist retard. No working Joe out there, no real working Joe, working whatever, no true working man would agree with that at all. What are you gonna do? You're gonna tax the billionaires until there's no more billionaires. You're gonna tax them until they're gone. That's your plan. You want everybody broke. We need billionaires. I worked for a rather, I don't know, pretty decent sized company. And I used to tell everybody, I'd say, I don't want my company taxed to death. I don't think my boss should have to pay this or pay that. I don't even care if that man knows my name. You know why? Because every year we got a raise. I used to have this thing at work, okay? I'd tell everybody, I want my boss so rich that he never sees me. I don't want my boss taxed to the point of breaking the bank because the more money he can keep in his pocket, the more money he could give us. We used to get yearly raises every year depending on the productive production of the company. And our raises were really good. To some people it might not sound like much, but we always got a like 3 to 7% raise every year. Every April we knew we were getting a raise. We didn't know what week, but we always knew in every April we were getting a raise. And it was usually dollar or over every year. I worked there for 10 years. And when all these unnecessary taxes and taxing these companies and stuff like that came down, I throwed a fit about it. I said, no, I don't want my boss taxed into oblivion. I want him sitting on a beach somewhere drinking Mai Tais, making hand over fist millions and billions of dollars so that he can afford to keep paying me my salary and then some because we had generous Christmas bonuses, paid our insurance 100% on our families. Now you find that's rare. So I didn't complain about my $70,000, monetary part because like my entire benefit package, and no, I was non-union. This was not a union benefit package. This is a non-union. I was a heavy equipment operator. Base pay, 70 grand, plus your insurance for your entire family, another 30 grand. Christmas bonuses, production bonuses. We made good money. We made good money. And you know what? Something happened with the mine we worked at. Bunch of us got laid off. That stuff happens. I'm not mad about it. Could care less. Now I'm trying to make content. I just don't feel that people that are taxed, I don't feel that wealthy people should be taxed this exorbitant amount just to give it to someone like me. My career path, my career choice led me down a path of making $70,000 a year. Now, mind you, 20, 30 years ago, my career choice was only like a $30,000, $35,000 a year career choice, but it's always been a middle class job running a piece of heavy equipment. I know at least most of the people I worked with would not agree with taxing, even if you don't like Elon Musk, even if you don't like Jeff Bezos, even if you don't like Mark Zuckerberg. Agreeing with taxing him just so you can have $3,000 of his money makes no sense. It's stupid. It's socialism. It's socialism. People like Bernie Sanders bring in the illegals, tax billionaires. And it used to be millionaires and billionaires, but now these millionaires just tax billionaires until they're Either millionaires or fucking broke. Socialism's great until you run out of other people's money. I think I've ranted long enough. There you have it. Iran wants to attack us on our own soil, saying they have sleeper cells here, and I agree they are here. And people should be worried about it. We should be staying vigilant because Biden let them in. Dirty nightgowns and all right across our border, unchecked, unvetted. And Bernie Sanders wants to tax billionaires just to give people that make under $150,000 $3,000 one time. Stupidity runs rank in government. Some of the worst ideas and shit going on. I hope y'all have a good day. If you made this far in the video, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and if you want to support my channel and the content that I create, I'll leave a link in the description. For Matt's opinion, I'm out.